The win right now. You trying to go for more cut? Trying to go for more cut? That's 81 right there. You guys can even check yourself. Like going to Fortnite tracker network. Then go to Fortnite, go to my Oscar 129. Alright, matches played 1,493, wins 80, win 5%, score, kills 2,396, KD 1.7, kills per minute, 2 times 29 days, average score 20 minutes, top 3, 111, and that good stuff, right? So, yeah, I have 31 wins in solo. Just right there, 15 duels, 34 squads, right? And yeah. So we're able to try to go for another battle, bro. No one went to greasy, so that was good. So let's go crazy, let's go crazy, let's go crazy, let's go crazy, bro. And I don't want to get used to that. With the copyright shit today, like more. God. Sony gets crazy, bro. Look at that dude, look at that dude, look at that dude. Look at that dude. Say I won't. Like go crazy, like go crazy, like go crazy. No more, my I can see y'all, boy. My boy. Alright, can I go to back to back? The other one wasn't live, but it did not matter. So yeah, I have exactly 80 wins altogether. So yeah.
Can't believe I'm getting this.
Boy.
I've been one gift.
You're dumb.
And I think it's a big packet.
It's only $1. It's only maybe one of them.
I know. No, I think it's a big packet.
No, $1? Are you sure about that?
What?
Plus shipping? Just for that little thing?
This is gonna be shipped from China. It's gonna be shipped from China.
It's gonna be old.
No. So I need to buy my Walmart. This one, that's a shipper. They don't sell these at stores.
I go crazy, I go crazy. Go. Dude, how does this auto myself again? And we're in a circle. I go crazy. Oh, so there is people here. Oh! Where you at though? Oh, that much open. Huh. That's too much shit, bro. I may want this. You. Oh my god, bro! He has the worst sniper in the game. The noobiest team in the game, actually. How did he run at me though? Alright, one, dos, tres. No chest, bro. Please someone's a chest over here. boy. Oh,
¿Estás en directo?
sí,
¿Cómo se llama tu canal?
sabe.
Vamos a jugar.
Eh,
Bueno.
eh,
Hola.
¿dónde vives?
¿Qué?
¿Dónde vives?
¿Hola? ¿Qué?
Nada, nada.
Busquen el direct. Ah. Ya lo estoy haciendo.
I'm down.
Dale. Invítame.
No. Soy en el juego.
Sí. Suscriptores tiene. Chao.
Ciao, you. Okay. I ain't even know, cuz. I ain't even know. Mm-hmm.
Mama, I'm putting my dollar and my phone right here and buying. So there it goes down there. I dump the dollar on the counter.
So what? So. Why is this dude in the water? What? Don't move, huh? If I die, I die.
shower, Zach.
No, I'm taking a shower.
Sit down
I'm taking a
again.
shower. It's not connected. I'm taking a shower. I'm taking a shower. You have to wait outside that I turned on the shower.
Stop.
We could both take a shower? Yeah. What? You said one person is only supposed to take a shower.
1400 on my bed. Yeah. I can't play World War II. I can't play World War II. I can't play. What's Gucci, bro? What's Gucci, bro? What's crazy in the Navy?
Connor's getting more tired. Mayweather is hurting McGregor. McGregor stumbling. He's looking up at the clock, looking to see how much time's left in the round, too. The best round of the fight for Floyd Mayweather. McGregor has never been knocked out in MMA. He's had enough. Okay, nice one. 13 seconds. And the first round that we have seen Conor McGregor appreciably slow down. Another right hand to left. All Floyd Money Mayweather in the ninth. As we head to round number 10. Round number 10. Robert Bird admonishing McGregor. We're gonna hold on more. Oh, oh. Fantastic stuff. It was an intriguing matchup, and for that man, Floyd Mayweather, first stoppage since 2011. A historic night. Floyd Mayweather coming out of retirement. Just good luck. Good luck to you, sir.
Right dance partner to dance with. Conor McGregor, you're a hell of a champion. And to the country of Ireland, we love you guys. round of applause for two classy gentlemen. But I give him a hat off. Fair play, he's a composed man. You can give him nothing but respect. He took the shots early, and he took shots early. I cracked him with the left hand, and I saw him in a bit of panic, but he stayed very, very calm. That's just years of experience. He's a top competitor, and he still have a long career ahead of him.
Does he have a career in boxing?
He's, we have to get his condition a little bit better. It's all right. The check's not bad.
I get so fucking good. How do I look? What the fuck is he wearing? He looks like a little bitch out there, some little 12-year-old breakdown's a bitch. What the fuck? He's 40! You're 40 years of age! Dress your fucking age! Carrying a school bag on stage! What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read! 40 years old carrying a school bag! The man doesn't even fucking read! That's it!
Oh.
That's it! There's about 5 grand in here! There's about 5 grand in here! Man, just now you just filming that flag. You ain't getting this bag or this money back anymore. Keep it from this stage. I'm not even the same man I was 20 years ago. I'm not the same fighter I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same fighter I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same fighter I was 2 years ago. But I got enough to beat you. Nobody can do nothing up here to me. I can do what the I want up here. I ain't back down for nobody. You line them up, and I knock them down like bowling pins. And August 26th, I'm gonna knock this out too. As the fight, he will be unconscious inside 4 rounds. The movement, the power, the ferociousness, he's not experienced this. But I'm guaranteeing you this. You going out on your face, or you going out on your back? Now, which way you want to go? This isn't a true fight. If this was a true fight, it wouldn't even take 1 round. I don't give a if it's a ring. I don't give a if it's an octagon. Put me in there and I'm going to kick ass. You do give a if it's an octagon. Let me show you what $100 million fighter look like. Still got $100 million and then he never touched. That's an tax man. You're right. I'm the IRS, and I'm gonna tax your ass.
Mundo.
Hard work! Hard work! Hard work! Hard work! One thing we do know. One thing we do know. One thing we do know. The fans can't fight for you. Shut your mouth. We're not talking about being at the top 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, motherfucker, 21 years. Yeah, and they said, I'm the motherfucker that can't read. I do numbers, I make money. You know my middle name. You own money. I do. P-Dot, let me see the bag. Yeah, he was right. Yeah. The bag got books, and we're gonna show you what the books look like. If you believe in yourself, like you say you believe in yourself, bitch your whole fight check, you bitch. No f***ing problem. Send the contract, kid, it's done. Let me see what it look like. P-Dot, grab me one, let me see what it look like. See if this bitch wanna bet this. Do what you're told, bitch. Do what you're told, bitch. You know. I hate that bug. You know, I like you. You know, you love me. You Egypt. You Egypt. That's the you are. You punk. This your boss, you little. Good one. And y'all got the nerves to believe in a fighter that like to quit. There's a quitter. Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure.
What are you watching?
I'm the best.
WWE.
You know I'm the best. You know I'm the best. Cause y'all ever tell me about a $3 million fighter? Not no more. Yeah, we just getting heated up. Dana, I can never disrespect you. I've known you for 21 years. You've done a hell of a job with this company. And I want to continue to watch you grow. I want to watch you continue to build the UFC, because it's all about combat sports. You've done a hell of a job. No matter what I said about you in the past, as a man, I look in your face and apologize and tell you I'm sorry, but you've done a hell of a job with this company. Showtime! August 26th, it's showtime! Yeah, we heat that now, baby. Yeah. They all said I was too small. They say I run like a but God damn it, 49-0. Yeah, mother. I'm running into the mother. Oh, and I love what I got on. I'm wearing that Toronto flag. I look good in that Toronto gear. Yeah, I feel good. I'm 40, but I look 20. And you act 10. Yeah. Hey, he told me, hey, you see, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go there in the last press conference. I ain't gonna go there right now when we talk about females. Cause we already know. We already know this here, he like to quit. What the is that? The is that? Talking about how tough you is. Talking about you got pride in you. Talking about you a killer. Real killers don't quit. Real killers don't quit. You don't even know nothing about true fighting. You've never been in there. You're against little boxes of flame. You're against a different animal here, Floyd. Shut the up. Your mouth. Shut the your mouth. They want you off this stage. It's your turn. You're balancing yourself up there. You can show with that flag, I'll you up. There's a battle. That's it. That's it. There's about $5,000 in here. There's about $5,000 in here. Man, just now you do something with that flag. You ain't getting this bag or this money back. I'm gonna you up on this stage. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this souvenir. You want me to keep this souvenir? Can I keep this souvenir? I like you. Canada! Hard work! Hard work! Hard work! Yeah! Dana White! I'm best sick of hearing from you. Dana White! You the boss! Dana White! You fly! Dana White! Me and you got money! We know who got the money. We don't gotta wear suits. The real men that got money don't gotta wear suits. Yeah, well, what about Alibi? Will you feed that motherfucker? Toronto, I love you guys. I'm out.
Ours is still buffering. What's happening?
You're experiencing a network delay. You both need to be watching that on the iPhone with Verizon, the best streaming network.
How long have you been here?
I've been here a couple days.
Get the best unlimited on the most awarded network. Buy iPhone 8 and get one on us with no trade-in required.
The worst setup edition is coming in just 5 more episodes, guys, which means the submissions are now open for the worst setup edition. So if you guys have a potato setup and want to participate for a chance to win $100, make sure you guys grab your camera and start taking pictures of your setup. Make sure to send me at least 10 pictures in very good lighting, so very good quality pictures, please. And make sure you guys list everything in the notes that is part of your setup. The desk, monitor, keyboard, mice, everything that's on your desk. Send it to setupwars@gmail.com. You guys have 2 to 3 weeks to send in your potato setup. But anyways, with that said, welcome to Setup Wars episode 115, budget edition. Let the Setup Wars begin. As always, let me clarify, the budget edition is not broke edition. It's basically people who build setups based on a budget. Instead of going with a 1080, they go with a 1060. Instead of going with 3 monitors, they only go with a single monitor. So basically, these setups were built with a budget in mind. So with that said, let's begin the show. Starting off the show, we got Ian with a pretty simple black and white setup. He's rocking a 24-inch monitor from BenQ and the Logitech Atlas keyboard and G502 mouse, which by the way is custom painted. It's interesting that he doesn't have a mouse pad though. I love how he hid his boom arm in the back of the monitor, which is holding the BM800 microphone. Very nice choice on the placement there. There's also symmetry in this setup. Notice how he added those 3 banners on each side of the acoustic foams. Also, the Mega Man Pixel and the Samsung wireless charger contribute to the symmetry of the setup. Very nice. For audio, he's rocking a pair of Logitech Z200 speakers, the Snow White edition, and the popular M50Xs that are hanging from the side of the desk. Oh, and speaking of the desk, it's actually custom made. I just love the wiring job of the keyboard and mouse, and the cables behind this PC. The rest of the wires are not visible, but I'm gonna assume that he did a great job. And speaking of the PC, it's got an i5-3330 and a GTX 1050. This is definitely a clean budget setup. Thank you, Ian, for starting off the show. Ithamar is next up with his Kylo Ren themed setup. I love that Kylo Ren mural you got up there, but it kind of looks a bit crooked, and I feel like it's a bit too high up there. There's definitely a lot of empty space between the monitor and the painting, but that's just my 2 cents. He's rocking a 28-inch Samsung monitor and the Genesis CX55 keyboard and mouse combo. The symmetry is kind of ruined from that Trust GXT speaker that's sitting on top of the PS4, but it's not really a big deal. In fact, what you can do to fix that is to put the PS4 under your monitor. Just pick up a cheap monitor stand like this one, for example, and put your monitor on top of it and your PS4 under it. That will give you some extra space on the right side, and you don't have to place your speaker on the PS4. Aside from the Trust speakers, he does have the Logitech G230 gaming headset off to the right side, resting on the acrylic stand. Cable management is really good, but I'm kind of curious as to why you picked up a Signum rack if it's not holding up anything significant. It's literally holding up a few wires, which I think is overkill. A Channel Raceway would have been a better option for you. And finally, the PC he is using is equipped with a 6500 and a GTX 1060. Overall, not bad. It's organized for the most part, but does need a few tweaks to improve. Regardless, thank you Ithamar for entering. Sometimes it's good being on a budget. It forces you to be creative and build things yourself if you don't have the money in the first place. Like Casper, for example, and his interesting custom PC that he built from steel and laser cut acrylic. I'm sure it's got outdated specs, but it looks pretty damn cool. It's also interesting to see fans outside of a case. The setup, on the other hand, is pretty basic and straightforward. We got the 22-inch Iyama monitor, which he happened to overclock to 75 Hz. Would you look at that? And a wireless keyboard and mouse from Logitech. The only audio source he's got are those Creative T20 speakers, and the cable management is under control thanks to the cable box and some zip ties. It may be a basic setup, but it's clean and it works. Thank you, Casper, for entering. I don't think there's another setup out there that truly belongs on this budget episode of Setup Wars. When you look up the definition of budget, this is the picture that you are presented with. So apparently Max blew his entire budget on his PC and had only $10 left in his pocket, which he ended up spending on 3 CRT monitors from Craigslist. I'm pretty sure the custom-made monitor stands came with the purchase. That's looking marvelous. So aside from the beautiful displays, he's using the Corsair K70 keyboard and the M65 mouse that's sitting on top of a crappy-ass mouse pad that he bought from Fry's. You seriously are on a budget. For audio, he's rocking the Polaroid Audio Tower, which is quite possibly the ugliest speaker I have ever seen. He also has the SteelSeries Arctis 5 gaming headset. Seriously though, I can't believe he got all those 3 monitors for just $10. Talk about a steal. Surprisingly, his cable management isn't bad considering he is using a glass desk, but it kind of looks like there's a lot of stuff going on back there, and I feel like he took pictures at a perfect angle not to show any of that clutter. Sneaky bastard. And finally, the PC that's somehow magically powering this setup is a custom loop inside the Thermaltake P5 case. It's rocking a 7700K that's overclocked to 4.9 GHz, and not one but 2 GTX 1080 Ti's in SLI, because we all know that one isn't enough to power those 3 very demanding monitors. A very budget-friendly setup. Thank you, Max, for entering and also for teaching us how to spend our money on gear. Last but not least is Paul and his ultra clean white and black setup featuring a 27-inch Asus monitor. We also got the CM Quickfire Rapid keyboard with custom keycaps and the M65 Pro mouse. This is actually the first time that I've seen a black extended mouse pad with white edges, and I think you made a great choice here with the white on black contrast. It's very beautiful. There was a bungee holding up the wire for the M65, and we also got a basic stereoscopic mic on the left side for audio input. For output, we got a pair of MX30s hanging from the wall. I'm not sure what's going on with that wire though. Flawless work on the cable management underneath the desk. This is actually a great example of someone not using a Signum rack or a channel raceway for cable management. All he used were Velcro straps to keep the cables together and hidden. Nicely done. The white on black contrast is very nice, and he kept it consistent throughout the setup. The PC is no exception with the black and white sleeving and the fans. I also like how he matched the color of the logo on the GPU to his LED lights. It's very subtle, but it looks nice. I don't know if I agree with your poster above your setup though. I mean, I get that it's Star Wars related, but it's kind of messing with your color scheme. I feel like the popular Stormtrooper wall art would fit perfectly, but other than that, it's a very clean setup. Thank you, Paul, for entering. So that is it for this episode. Make sure you guys drop your comments down below and vote on who you think has the best desk setup. As always, I'll announce the winners on my Twitter and Instafail accounts. Make sure to follow me there if you guys want to. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.
You know you love watching sports and your favorite show or movie in HD, especially when it's free. Spectrum TV gives you more free HD than any provider, including thousands of on-demand options. Click to learn more.
What's up guys, it's Ed from TechSource and welcome to Setup Wars episode 110, Potato Edition, where the crappiest of the crappiest setups come together for our enjoyment and entertainment. So whatever I say in this video, don't take seriously, because obviously I'm doing it just for fun. The people that submit these setups want to be part of the Potato Edition. I'm also going to be roasting setups, because I do have a new series called Roast Your Setup starting, I should say, episode 120, and I kind of want to give you guys a taste, or a small taste of what to expect. But with that said, let the Setup Wars begin. As always, just a quick reminder, the person with the worst setup will receive $100, and you guys get to vote, so make sure you do so by clicking on the link below at the end of this video. So starting off the shit show, we got Abdul in a pretty depressing setup featuring a crappy 19-inch square monitor from Samsung and some basic ass speakers from Thomson, along with a standard keyboard and mouse. It appears that the color scheme he was going for was broke and depressed, and he did a great job keeping it consistent throughout the setup. I do want to give props to Abdul for cutting out a piece of the backboard to help with cable management. Even though this is a puny setup, he did put in some work cleaning up the wires, and for that I will commend you. He even made a slit near the top of the desk to route the cables through. You guys gotta admire the effort. Should we even dare talk about the specs of this poor PC? Hell, why not? It's rocking a powerful i3-3240 and the MSI GT740. This thing can run Crysis in 4K on multiple monitors. Abdul, may the odds be ever in your favor, and I hope that the $100 will go to great use towards your setup if you do end up winning. Thank you and good luck. For one disaster to another, at number 2 we got Bryce with a solid dual monitor setup. Talk about moving on up. He's rocking a Gateway 1520 VGA monitor that's being powered by the Dell Inspiron 17R laptop. But it doesn't even stop there. Baller Bryce also has an 11-inch MacBook Air off to the right side. Whether it actually works is irrelevant at this point. He doesn't have a keyboard, which means that he's using a laptop, but his chair is in front of the Gateway monitor, which confuses the hell out of me because he has to reach over to the laptop keyboard in order to type something and then look over at the other monitor. I also noticed that the mouse is in an awkward location as well. I really hope that he put the laptop there just to take pictures for the show, because this is definitely not comfortable. He does have a few audio devices, the iHome speaker under the laptop and a pair of JVC headphones. I love that he used a few books and a flat piece of wood to hold up the laptop. Sadly, the cable management is the best part about this setup. I mean, everything else is lacking aesthetics and ergonomics, but thank you, Bryce, for entering, and I wish you good luck. Coming in at number 3 is Nick and a beautiful black and brown setup. It's almost as if he was going with a nature theme with those wooden nightstands. Just gorgeous. He's using the Dell Vostro laptop, and unlike the previous contestant, Nick actually hooked up a separate keyboard and mouse to it, although it's in an awkward position. This leads me to believe there's no way that someone can actually sit comfortably at this setup. It just feels like Nick grabbed his laptop and keyboard and found a place in his living room and placed them on the nightstands. Guys, it's very easy to spot a fake setup, but that's the best part about Setup Wars, because you guys get to vote and these clowns can't fool you. It's also really hard finding good quality pictures for the worst setup edition, so I'm forced to pick these types of setups instead. But anyways, nice try, Nick. Better luck next time. Ofek is next up with a more believable setup, although it does look like the most uncomfortable setup I've ever seen. I mean, how the hell does this guy use his mouse? Seriously, there's like no room on that dresser. Maybe it's fake, but I don't know. At this point, I give up, and it's up to you guys to decide. I mean, if you can afford a nice bed like that, then why can't you buy a decent desk for your setup? But anyways, I digress. I will give him some props for keeping consistent with the black and blue theme. The blue drawers matching with the blue trash can, and we even got the blue chair to top it all off. Probably one of the best color coordinated worst setups I have ever seen on this show. Bravo. The PC powering this awful setup has an Intel Core Q6600, which I've never even heard about, and it doesn't even have a dedicated GPU. Cable management is atrocious, but that's to be expected. But my only concern about this setup is the amount of space Oleg is working with. Honestly, there's just no room for that mouse. It's not humanly possible. Regardless, thanks for entering and good luck. Last but not least, we have Subhand with another very sketchy setup. This is literally a Dell laptop that someone brought over to his living room and placed it on a footrest. I mean, seriously, if your living room looks that good, do you honestly think that we are stupid enough to fall for this fake setup? Sadly, I ran out of qualified contestants to choose from, which is why I had to throw this crap in here, but regardless, you guys get to vote, like I keep saying. So that is it for this episode of Setup Wars. Make sure you guys vote using the link below, because those are the only votes that I count since there is money involved. The person with the worst setup will receive $100. I'll announce the winners on my Twitter and Instagram accounts. Make sure you follow me there if you guys want. I love your faces. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.
We are National University, a veteran-founded, military-friendly, San Diego-based nonprofit. Since our founding in 1971, our flexible 4-week class format has helped over 150,000 people graduate. And today we offer over 100 programs, on campus or online. So with 4-week classes and over 100 programs to choose from, we have just one question for you. What can you do in 30 days? Learn more.
Alright, let's just get this over with. What's up, guys? It's Ed from Savage Source, and we're going to be roasting some setups today. So I reached out on Twitter and I posted some pictures of setups, and I asked you guys to give it your best roasts, and you guys delivered. You definitely went ham on every single one of those setups, so I'm going to be picking the best ones and I'm going to be featuring them in this video. And as always, the person with the worst setup will receive $100 in cash. And guys, please don't take anything seriously in this video. It is all done for pure entertainment. the people who submit their setups actually want to be part of the Roast My Setup. So anyways, with that said and done, let the roasting begin. Also guys, before I begin, there are some pretty cool prizes being given away on the Nice app. I think some of the prizes are a GTX 1080. They also got that newly released Logitech G613 wireless gaming keyboard, and they're even giving away an HP Pavilion 15.6-inch laptop. They got a bunch of more prizes, and they're constantly adding in more stuff every single day and week, so make sure you guys download the app. It's completely free, and the best part about it is the more you guys participate and watch videos and add stuff to your cart, the more points you get and more chances you get for entering the giveaways. So anyways, the app is linked below. Check it out if you guys want. Setting the bar for crappy setups is Jam and his cardboard setup, and I love that he called his desk a self-made organic carton and modular standing desk. I mean, when you think about it, it's technically modular since you can remove the bottom two boxes and convert it into a sitting desk instead. He even has a hanger for the Ryzen Kraken headset and a 2012 MacBook Pro that's powering the setup. He also has an IKEA coffee table that's holding up his entire setup, and inside there is the GameCube console and a Philips RGB lamp, which by the way costs around 75 bucks, so it's interesting to see where his priorities are at. I love how he tried to cable manage the wires. If you guys look closely, he actually tried to use some zip ties to keep the cables together, but they didn't do anything about hiding the cables. You're doing it wrong. What's interesting about this setup is that he's using Razer gear with a MacBook, and also if you're really on a budget, why did you go with Razer Kraken headset when you could buy one of the best budget gaming headsets for less than 25 bucks? Alright, let's just take a look at a few roasts, and oh my god, there's like over 100 replies. Alright, so here's the first victim. Let us read some of your roasts out there. This setup looks like a TV cart that the teacher wheels into the room when it's movie day. I don't know if that's a roast. You're asking me to roast this setup? Ed, this is roasting my eyes. Okay. A for effort. Oh wait, typo. A for awful. I mean, it looks good to me. It looks like what I would be rocking on my 13th birthday. Nat has no chill at all. Dude, do you sleep in those boxes right after you're done gaming? That is pretty convenient. Actually, that setup is made in his dorm room at his college, believe it or not. That's what he put in the notes. So, yeah, pretty interesting place to put that kind of setup. You're supposed to unbox the furniture first, and the light just went out. Perfect timing. Alright, we're back. Let's continue with the roasts. When are you going to unpack your real setup? How did a 6-year-old figure out how to submit setup pics? It's not that hard, actually. Those cardboard boxes might cost more than that mouse did. That might actually be true because he's using a stock Dell mouse, I think, and those boxes, there's 3 boxes. And if you average around $1.50 per box, I think this is true. This dude owns a GameCube, but not Melee. His life must suck. Ouch. That was a little too harsh, I think. He got his setup from a storage room at Walmart. That can be true too, actually. You never know. You never know where he picked up his boxes from. So apparently this guy has Major League hacking somewhere on his setup. And this guy responded, more like majorly lacking. That was pretty clever, I'll give him that. Your parents probably hate you. A little too harsh there, I think. And of course, the owner must be blind. So on that note, let's move on. This next setup takes convenience to a whole new level. Not only is this set up in the kitchen, but it's right next to the fridge. I'm guessing snack time comes often for John. I mean, there has to be no other available desk or table in his entire home that he can use for his setup. So he decided that it would be a great idea setting this up on his kitchen counter. And you know what? I call BS because look at the height of the counter compared to the actual chair. He has to literally sit like this in order to use his computer. Nice try, troll. I think I'm gonna have fun reading some of these roasts. Already starting out pretty good. The first roast already in the kitchen, so they're probably trying to roast it themselves. With a follow-up Shia LaBeouf emoji, or meme I should say. What the hell am I saying? Just roasted myself. Bro, the only games you would be playing is Countertop, Go Wash My Dishes. Oh jeez. But you can't get a CPU cooler, so you use your fridge instead. That would have been really cool, but the fact is, his PC is not in the fridge, so yeah. Just because it's an Apple doesn't mean it belongs in the kitchen. When you want to eat, watch TV, and jerk off at the same time. Can D-brand skins fix that one, Ed? No. Unfortunately, you cannot. Who forgot to take out the trash? Get it? Because it's in the kitchen? Maybe. No legroom. Must be a double amputee. Ouch. When you need to play games at noon but have to make dinner at 3. Did he get those peripherals on a cereal box? Not even an RGB refrigerator. Well, he is using a Mac. What is it with all these MacBooks with no desk? Hashtag manage your priorities. This guy is speaking the truth. Even the first setup had a crappy desk. He actually had no desk, and he had a MacBook Pro. Like, where are you guys' priorities? Seriously. Where will you put your legs? Bro, you'll be sitting at your computer like L from Death Note. That is exactly what I just pictured in my mind. Oh my god, that's hilarious. All his missing is the trash cat. Oh wait. My grandma's setup is better. Believe it or not, my grandma's setup is better than this too. So I don't know if that's really a roast. It's probably a girl's setup, so she doesn't have to get out of the kitchen to make a sandwich. She can Google different recipes. No, it's just a joke. On tech source. I think this video just got monetized. Crap. Thank you, Gerardo. Thank you very much. I don't think my female audience would mind anyways. There's like only like 3% of them out of 1 million plus, so I think I'm good there. Next up is Med. What kind of a name is Med exactly? It feels like your setup's name should have been named Med, because it definitely needs a medic to fix up this disaster. Okay, so Med is rocking a 19-inch HP monitor and a $1 optical mouse from eBay. We also got a $1 microphone from eBay as well, and a $1 mouse pad also from eBay. This dude is straight up on a budget. Maybe Jonathan should take some notes from him. It's also funny how he just straight up gave up on the cable management. You know how bad your setup is when nothing you do can improve it. I love how there's a random cable hanging down from the left side. Like, what is that even connected to? I mean, at least you have a nice chair. Looking at this, it's more of a set down than a setup. What? The cable management is more tangled than my chair. So yeah, here's a meme to add to the episode, okay? When you decide to design your cable management like your favorite food. I guess he hates his face, so he placed the monitor in front of the mirror. Here's an interesting meme that pretty much sums up my and everyone's reaction. Thank you, Steve Carell. I have eaten spaghetti straighter than your PC cable management. I think you haven't cooked your spaghetti enough. That's not normal. That PC looks like it can't even handle Google Chrome. True story. Your cable management is worse than my dad's pull-out game. Looks like C-3PO from episode 1. Wow. It's time you quit PC Master Race and get a console. That is the ultimate diss, for sure. Simon is next up with a beat-up setup. I don't know what's older, the desk or the laptop he's using. He does have a Logitech G230 wireless keyboard and the Acme mouse hooked up to the HP laptop, and a pair of Sony MDR headphones on the left side, and that's pretty much it. I'm guessing he realized that he didn't have enough room on his desk, so he mounted his router on the wall. Yep, that definitely cleaned up his setup a lot by mounting it on the wall, I must agree. Instead of a 1 out of 10, it is a solid 2 out of 10 now. Well done. I don't even want to talk about the cable management because I might start crying at this point, so let's just jump into the roasts. I nearly went homeless and my setup was still better than yours. That's actually a true story. Wow. It even got 40 likes, that's impressive. Here's an interesting GIF that pretty much sums up a lot of people's reaction. Looks like this is the meme edition because a lot of people are sending in memes just like I asked for. That's clever. That is clever. Hey, I gotta give you points for the effort. So this guy pretty much copy pasted the picture of the setup in this meme. This was good. What I would pay for this whole setup. I give you air from my lungs. I wouldn't give anything, not even my air. I think it's a waste. Thank God he went wireless with the peripherals. If he screwed a hole in the table, it would break. The total tragedies would cost them $7. Wow, this is like a realistic gif of someone hanging themselves. You guys are savages, I swear. It's a little... That's taking it a little too far. But it is funny. Jake Paul's better. Last but not least, we got Wan and whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Honestly, I don't know if this is a picture of... of a rat's nest or the aftermath of a drug bust. It literally looks like someone raided your setup trying to look for drugs or something similar. Honestly, the only good thing about this setup is the video that you are watching. I mean, this setup is a cable nightmare. So many wires coming out of everywhere. It's like a cable orgy is happening right on your setup, and the climax is you. I'm sorry to say this, but that bug spray you have on the floor is not helping at all because you are still able to take pics of your setup and send them over. I feel like that funnel is used to guide his poop directly on his setup because his setup is complete. Okay, I think I crossed the line there, but before I apologize to Wan, I'm gonna let my subscribers roast him a bit. My dead grandmother has less dust on her. And I'm back at it again with the savage tweets. Gotta love it. Well, the only good thing about the setup is the video playing on the monitor. I literally made this same roast inside my video. When you watch Tech Source but get inspired by Pimp My Setup. Oh my god! Oh, you went there. Oh, dude. I even like the tweet. So savage, I swear. Who wore it better? Picture of the setup and desert. If somebody blows the dust off this setup, wow. Why this setup dustier than my grandma's? How the f do you even know what that looks like? Winky face. D-Dust 2. CSGO reference, I'm guessing. Setup level Malaysian. Wow. Can't tell if they pulled this stuff out of a dumpster or if it's their actual setup. One of my old-time favorite gifs from Jim Carrey. This is the perfect response from looking at that setup. Roaches 2? This setup has the whole package. Looks like Hurricane Katrina passed through this dude's house. Even the cockroaches wouldn't go near this setup. Now why does he have a cockroach spray? I'm guessing that's one of the reasons why they're not coming back. It could be the setup too, you never know. Why the f is there a funnel? I literally explained why in my video. Dirtier than all the hoes nowadays out here. Fact. Still better than console. Hashtag PC Master Race. Are we roasting console gamers now? Seriously. So that wraps up this episode of Roast My Setup. If you guys want to see this done every 10 episodes of Setup Wars, let me know by dropping a like and leave your feedback down below. Otherwise, I'll bring it back every 20 or 30 episodes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys vote on who has the worst desk setup because that person is going to win $100 straight in their pay.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to what I guess is going to be the first setup video that I've ever really done on this channel. I normally avoid doing these kind of things, but there have been just an overwhelming number of people asking for it. So today I figured I would show you, number one, around my apartment in general, but the main focus is obviously going to be on the whole gaming setup, which is where I make the videos and play the video games. But just quickly, before we get into the whole gaming room, I'll quickly show you around my living room. This is kind of where I cook food, or, you know, let's be honest, I don't know how to cook food, I just order food. And then we've got the TV there, a chair. This lounge is the comfiest lounge you will ever sit on. It would change your life. We've got a whole bunch of Mafia stuff lying around right now because I got sent this crazy care package for the game's release. Whole bunch of alcohol. And then right there, the Coca-Cola fridge, because, I don't know, a couple of months ago, Coca-Cola decided to send me a fridge. I didn't ask for it, they just rocked up with it at my door one day. It was weird, but I'm not complaining. We're going to ignore the bedroom because it is an absolute pigsty. Instead, we're going to come straight here to the gaming video making setup, which is, of course, the spotlight of this entire video. All along the windowsill, if we walk over, I've got these pops from when I went through a bit of a weird pop collecting phase, as well as my TF2 mini figurines. Then also up on the wall here, I've got probably my most prized possession in this entire room, which is my signed Overwatch poster. So I got this when I went to the first event they ever held for Overwatch. It's signed by, I think, pretty much all of the original development team. You can see if we zoom in about here, we've got Jeff Kaplan up there, we've got Matt Hawley, we've got a whole bunch of the Overwatch team members all over it.
Toilet paper.
I'm putting some more another.
Sponsored by Tom Clancy's The Division, this setup is, as its maker puts it, obviously overkill. 3 65-inch OLED displays require the power of 3 GTX Titan graphic cards to be fully functional and render absolutely every pixel. When sitting in front of them, you'll be able to benefit from a stupendous panoramic view from every game that you play. The peripheral vision that is usually not used when looking at a normal monitor is now fully engaged when playing a game, resulting in the most immersive sensation ever experienced. The world's most comfortable gaming setup is a project made by Linus Tech Tips, and it involves remodeling an entire penthouse and transforming it into a gaming room.
A year.
4K Samsung TV is hung on the wall with its cables hidden in a PVC pipe. The rest of the gear has been mounted on the other walls of the room to show how easily the whole setup can be modified and adapted to anyone's individual needs.